welcome to the Movie Draft Podcast. I am Ethan Simeon. Today, I am joined by three wonderful guests. First up is Des.
Hiya.
Next up is Kevin Mikos.
Hello, everybody.
And finally, Hal.
Here we go.
And today, we are drafting movies from 1996 in a regular style draft. Des, this is the first time we're recording together after the Halloween movies draft.
Yeah.
We got rocked. We got decimated. Mm-hmm. And I will never release the stats as listeners, longtime listeners know. I refuse to let that information go public.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't.
No,
pretty.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
That's all you have to say about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Don't want to relive.
You know what? It's okay because I was so happy with the movies and the things that I drafted that it doesn't really matter to me. I was completely happy with it. I feel like it represented me very well. And I feel like I had a good grasp on it. But
yeah,
not that great. Butterfingers.
I guess not. We both kind of let it slip a little bit, but I am in the same camp as you. I drafted the Razor from Sweeney Todd, which gave me a great excuse to rewatch Sweeney Todd, and I was like, oh, this is even maybe, I don't want to sound hyperbolic, but maybe the best musical of the 21st century, nonetheless. It's not, but it's really good.
And it's Kevin, in your top 4.
It is in my top 4 for spooky season. When this episode comes out, it will not be in my top 4 anymore because it'll be November, which means I'm back to putting Heat on there 4 times, or Maestro, really, like this account on Letterboxd is. Kevin, welcome back. First time back since winning the Legacy Sequels draft in episode 85. I hand the microphone to you to rectify a public anomaly. That was my fault. Again, I'm just a man. I make mistakes. But please use this opportunity.
First, I'll say I'm a Sweeney Todd enjoyer myself.
Kevin!
I have a real sentimental connection to that movie, so I don't hate. Best musical of the 21st century might be, pushing
it's not, but it's really good, isn't it?
But yes, I won the Legacy Sequels draft. That was my 4th win, and then Ethan went on to tweet out that Tyler Whitmore, my good buddy pal, set the record for most movie draft pod wins as a guest with 4 wins. And then he even listed honorable mentions with 3 wins, where my name was still not included, despite the fact that I had already broken the record of 4 wins previously.
So it was tough. So I take full responsibility again. I am a man and I make mistakes. I will just say my big out on this one is that I did it all on mobile. And when you're looking at a Google sheet that is 92 rows long, it's a little difficult to square away that information. I didn't feel like doing a count if formula on my mobile phone because that's ridiculous. And I just miscounted. So this is my formal, complete apology to you. And let the record show that you have won 4 times and Tyler Whitmore has won 4 times. Yeah. So that is where we're at right now in the standings.
And I accept your apology. I'm just very competitive and I needed that to be out there.
Yeah. Gonna clear the air. Gooch still in 3rd place or still in 3 wins. So he's right outside of that winner's circle, which is now 2 people and not 1 person. Hal, welcome back to the pod. This is your first episode since the 2013 draft, episode 73, long time ago. It feels like Kevin actually won that draft. So that we've got enough episodes under our belt where we've got the full collection now.
And if you recall, Ethan, that at the end of that draft, everyone here said that Hal's got it. Hal's got the best team.
Yeah.
And so it stung when the fans didn't see it that way. And,
did that not happen?
I've been in the shadows ever since. I hiked the Himalayas and I'm recalibrated. I'm ready to go.
But is the respect of your peers not more valuable,
No.
That was a pretty diabolical draft. I remember that for listeners or watchers of the pod, you might remember that was the end Kevin's team on About Time slander.
Yeah, that's what did it.
That was just crazy stuff going outright saying this is a bad movie, but I know people will see this and vote for it. You weren't wrong, Kevin. It happened. Congratulations. Hal, I'm with you though. You had Frances Ha, Inside Llewyn Davis, Her, Captain Phillips, Gravity, and To the Wonder.
Crazy.
I can't believe you lost, man. Can't believe you lost.
Yep. Sorry, it's just ammunition for this year.
Yeah, tough beat. Maybe you'll lose this draft too, but maybe you'll win. So anything is possible here.
We'll see.
We do have, many winners among us for this draft, the 1996 draft. This was a very important topic to this specific group. I know that we have been talking for a while. We had a group chat for a while of we need to draft 1996. Des, I'm going to start with you. Who were you in 1996? What is your relationship to the movies of this year?
I was freshly potty trained and ready to take on the world. I was practically a baby genius. I have loved movies since the womb. So being a 1-year-old, I was already a mega cinephile. How
can you be a cinephile, a 1-year-old? Like, what are you watching? You
What
put
am I
on
watching?
Heat? Yeah, are you
The
watching
Godfather.
Heat? Oh, The Godfather. Okay, good. That I just wanted to make sure it's
Pink
in that.
Flamingos.
It's in that realm.
I was classy. Okay, I knew taste and I knew all of the cult classics. But as a kid, what was I really watching? Oh my god, I love Chucky. I used to watch Chucky all the time.
Wow. Okay.
High key can't think of anything else. Loved Chucky as a kid.
Cinephile. I just know I was watching Chucky. That's good stuff. That's good lore for you, Des. Kevin, what about you? 1996. What kind of movies were you watching to make yourself into the cinephile we know today?
I'll one up Des. I was nothing more than a thought in my parents' mind. I was nothing. And my parents had a daughter, and they were like, "Well, we can't just have one kid." And then for 3 more years, they considered that idea before I was born. So I'm a 99 baby. So I was nothing in 96.
Wow, you're a 99 baby.
I am.
That's crazy. Okay,
almost a 2000 baby. I was right on the border. I was born in December of 99. So
that's right. We had the same birthday, if I recall.
Yeah.
Same birthday.
We did talk about this. Yeah, December 20th.
Yep.
Wow, you guys. Yes, I do remember this conversation vaguely. That's crazy. After almost 100 episodes of the pod, you tend to forget little things like that. But I do remember that. Okay, so you guys have the same birthday. And Kevin, you were born in 1999, which makes me fucking ancient. It's insane. Hal, 1996. Who were you in 1996? Please say you were born before 1996. Thank God.
Flattered you wouldn't think so. I was 7 years old. I was a 7-year-old boy in 1996.
Damn.
Okay.
And this year.
Okay, let's. Yeah, that's. We don't need to recreate pop culture moments here, Des.
Reeling
Holy
it back
cow.
in. Reeling it back in.
God damn.
Some of my most formative, precious movie going memories are from 1996. I was 7. My brother at the time was 16, and he took me to more than a couple of these movies in theaters that were PG-13 that we may draft tonight, and that was very exciting to see some of these, especially the comedies when I was probably too young to be seeing them. So big movie year for me, and the ones I didn't see in theaters were like VHS staples that like all my friends had at their homes. So this cohort of films looms large in my cinephile imagination.
It kind of is a really great year now that you kind of frame it that way. It's a really good year to be like too young to see a lot of these, but then see them. I think this is a huge year, especially like going into the late 90s, where if you see a lot of these movies at a very formative or pivotal age, they will probably shape your entire life, if not just your movie watching taste. Because I do remember watching a handful of these, not quite as young, but definitely, like teenager or young teenager. And they were pretty sick. I was 2 in 1996. So I was born in May of 94. I don't really know if I was watching these movies at that age, but I was just watching Titanic and Grease a lot from my memory. So I don't have like a huge personal attachment to 96. So I'm curious how this draft is going to go, at least for me. I do want to talk about preparation for this draft because we were starting to talk about it before we hit the record button. And I said, please save it for the pod, people. This is what we are here to do. Strategy, preparation. Kevin, I do want to toss it to you because Hal made a good point. You appear to be putting in some late breaking work right before we were drafting.
Yeah.
I just saw that you logged a movie on Letterboxd. How recent is that? Did
Mere
you prepare
moments
anywhere
before
else?
we hit record.
I'll say I finished it an hour before we met.
Wow.
But yeah, so to put it in context, when you asked me to be on this draft however many months ago, I was like, oh yeah, that sounds great. I've had so many months to prepare. I can't wait to watch. I made a whole list. I had like 40 movies to watch. It's like, this is going to be amazing. And then I started grad school. I went to New York Film Festival and I was like, oh, I actually don't have time to watch any movies, never mind movies in preparation for this podcast. And so all this time went by and then I checked the calendar and it was 2 days before the podcast. And I was like, well, I guess I got to squeeze something in before we record. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm going to draft. So that was my preparation.
I appreciate you always being aware. That's what really matters. I like you, and you dropped a little hint that I think I would like to peel back the veil just slightly. Is that I did reach out to all of you many months ago, and I try to, as guests of this pod try to give people just more than enough preparation time for these drafts that we do. Now, me being the host of this pod and being on every single episode, I do currently, right now, it's October 22nd. This is when we were recording this. I know this episode will not go out until almost mid-November. So we're doing a little bit of a pre-record here. I have every single episode for the remainder of the year scheduled. With guests, we have recording dates. So Kevin, I love what you brought up of having a list of things that you would like to watch before a particular draft, because right now I have 7 of those lists that are transpiring. We have some very big drafts coming at the end of the year to celebrate our 100th episode in particular. And I feel really good right now at this moment in time that I have so much preparation time and I have that really under control. And then I'm really excited for 48 hours before the draft to say I did not watch any of these films that I thought I would have 6 months to watch. So that is just, the life of a podcaster, the life of a movie podcaster over here. Hal, preparation, did you watch anything for this draft in particular?
There's only one movie I watched that was sort of encouraged by this draft on the calendar. The rest I've seen before. There was a couple that I wish that I squeezed in a rewatch just to get it more fresh. But I think for the most part, things that I assumed that I would draft, I've already seen and feel pretty comfortable with. So didn't do a whole lot of movie watching preparation.
Okay. So you're coming in with confidence is what that sounds like. You're
coming
coming
in
with
a little bit of swagger.
Yeah. Little bit of chip on your shoulder here. I can tell. I feel the energy.
Yep. Sure.
That's big. It's a bold play. Des, on the other hand.
Yeah.
You, sir, you were harassing me on social media for my preparation work. But what about yours? Did you do any preparation work for this pod? Are you putting in the hours?
Didn't need to. I have several pages of movies that I've seen from this year.
Right.
Ethan, on the other hand, I said, Ethan,
this.
How many movies have you seen from 1996? He was like, I don't know. I was like, well, I'm going to go check your Letterboxd. Go check it. Filter 5 movies. Sir, what are you drafting?
Can't even fill a roster with that.
You can't even fill your own roster. You're going to have to lie and say you've seen movies, which I know you don't like doing that. So
correct. So I'm glad you bring that up because I don't like doing that. I try to take a moral stance and say, like, that's not okay. We can't draft movies that we haven't seen. Now, I've done it in the past, and I'm not afraid to do it again if I need to get my hands dirty, but it's not really where I would like this competition to go. With that being said, I did pull a double feature last night. I watched 2 pretty big 1996 movies, I would say, and they will inevitably be talked about on this draft. And if they're not, I would be like completely shocked that we didn't mention one or the other or both. Because of your pressure, Des. Frankly, your personal pressure. You texted me personally, privately, and you were like, you are not ready for this draft. And I said, listen, it's not about the movies that you've seen. It's about the energy that you bring. And I stand by that. Yeah. But You're right. I haven't seen a whole lot of 1996 films, at least on Letterboxd. I'll just leave you with that.
Because you called me psychotic for doing a backlog of all the movies that I've ever seen.
That's psychotic. That's literally insane behavior.
And
How
this
you're
is why
You're pro backlog?
As soon as you sign up for Letterboxd, the first thing you do is mark as watched every movie you've seen.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
Oh, you're outnumbered here, Ethan.
I don't give a shit. I don't care. That's wrong. It's just like that's not what Letterboxd was made for, in my opinion. You know,
listeners, this is why my harassment to Ethan doesn't stop from the.
You want me to go log?
Not log. Just mark as watched. It's
just mark.
Do you want me to say I've watched Max Keeble's Big Move 14 times because I was obsessed with that?
Logging it. You just click watched once.
Yeah, you just have to add it to the profile.
Okay,
Ethan's
apparently I didn't get the social
word.
message. I didn't get this is how you do things. Still not going to be doing that. That being said, I do sometimes go to log a movie and I'm just like, I've seen this 8 times. And that's sad that it doesn't say watched on Letterboxd. Maybe that's all part of the long con, the long strategy of a draft like this, like the 1996 draft. So I can actually draft things that'll blow your fucking minds and I can walk out a winner. But we shall see what happens. Anything that you think needs to be the first pick? Is there like a unanimous gotta get this? Kevin's nodding yes. Okay.
Yeah. Do you want me to respond?
Well, it is a video pod, so I think people can see the head rocking.
Audio description.
Really? There's a number. There's like a big number one.
I'm gonna be so honest, Ethan. I honestly think if you get the number 1 pick in this draft and you lose, it's embarrassing. You would have to have a colossal failure to get the number 1 overall pick in this draft and lose. And I mean that so seriously. And I hope that the other people on this pod agree. I don't know, but I feel like it's so obvious.
Okay, I have an idea, but like I always get nervous when somebody says that because I'm like, maybe I just don't get it. Like, you're sure it's not 101 Dalmatians that we're talking about here?
Yeah, I might be over it. I might be like selling it a little bit.
Yeah.
But.
Okay.
We all know it's Beavis and Butthead to America.
Absolutely. The thing is like if I don't get that number 1 pick that I'm really looking for, I feel like I'm gonna anamorph into Wild E. Coyote, take out my Acme, and blow this bitch up because I need my movie bad. Need my movie bad.
Yeah. I hope you get it for my sake.
I'll give you an Ethan Francis Ha reaction if you take my movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Incredible. I actually hope that happens. I would love to see that happen to somebody else other than myself. I hope I don't get the first pick. With that being said, I feel pretty good about some of my deep pulls. Now, we should go over the rules and the logistics of this draft quickly, and then we can wrap any questions we might have before we start drafting. So we are drafting movies from 1996 in a regular style draft, meaning that the movie needs to have, at a minimum, a limited theatrical release in the U.S. in 1996 to apply, to qualify for this draft. And we are going to be using Letterboxd to verify this information. Now, with all of that being said, I know that Kevin has brought forth a concern of some potential foreign films. I also have a particular concern. We will cross that bridge when we get there. That is at the discrepancy of the tribunal here, the High Council, and that is something we don't really have like a hard established rule for. So I think we'll just kind of leave it up to the jury here. It is a regular draft, meaning that we're going to be drafting teams of 6 with specific categories. We are going to be spinning a wheel of names as we do to determine the draft order. And we're going to be going drafter A, B, C, D, and then D, C, B, A, and all the way back up in a snake order. The categories for this draft are drama, comedy, action, horror, Oscar nom, box office of $100 million or more domestically, and a wild card pick. Those are the logistics. And those are the rules. How are we feeling? Are we feeling ready to draft?
I have a question. Are we so for that box office, are we like adjusting for inflation? or anything.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, the attitude.
Well, like
Crazy.
that's crazy. No, it is the domestic box office for 1996, and I will be transparent with you and the listeners alike. I am using Box Office Mojo. Domestic
Same.
box office for 1996. That is the list
Yeah.
we will be going off of. There are
Okay.
10 movies applicable for this category.
That's
I
not
don't-
true.
Really?
There's 15.
Over $100 million domestically.
If you go in year
It's not what I'm
releases for
seeing.
1996 on Box Office Mojo and you sort by total gross, there's 15 movies.
Cool. I love statistical discrepancies this early in the draft.
I made
don't
sure
know
to
where
check
you're
about
seeing that.
these. I
You
made
should
sure to check
you
about
should
these.
send me that link like right now because
Okay,
I
are
am
you
only
looking-
seeing 10.
Are you looking at the box office for 1996?
Domestic box office for 1996. Oh,
Okay.
calendar. Oh, in
so
year
you see
releases.
at the top, yeah,
I
click
see,
in year
I see.
releases, and
Okay.
then in the gross column,
Well,
click
this
it
is
sort
extremely
by
more
total
complicated than it
gross.
needs to be.
Yeah.
Okay, there are 15 films. Wow.
Wait,
that
I'm
really
confused
opens
how you're
things up.
seeing This.
Yeah, I've
Okay, I
always
think we
just
should
checked
move
the
on.
calendar grosses.
Oh, in year releases. I see.
Yeah,
I
and then you
see.
sort by gross, and there's 15.
This
'Cause
is
you got to
good.
make sure that they're
Oh.
yeah,
This is
because
great
it's showing
podcasting.
you the box office in that year, but sometimes movies will release at the end of or the beginning of the year, and then it gets all complicated.
I believe I made a note that The Last Jedi was available for a draft in particular, and everybody looked at me like I was literally had a brain of rocks because the box office released in December. Yeah, okay. So now that we've got that squared away, there are 15 eligible movies for this category. That's super exciting. I think we should spin for our spots, and we should commence on the exercise that is the 1996 movie draft. I'm going to pull up the wheel of names here. Now, notice it is just the regular wheel of names. There's
Not the wheel of misogyny?
no misogyny present.
Mhm.
I don't make the rules. It's
Well-
just what happens. But we shall spin, and we shall find out
When's the last
Guys,
time I got a
I'm
first
so
pick?
nervous.
the order of the draft. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Not good for me. It's not good for my social image. It's not good for this pod.
Kevin,
Damn
this is
it.
your fault.
God damn it. Yeah, Kevin,
That's crazy.
You blew this. Okay.
I'm not even gonna get the second pick, so
So
I'll take it. I will take it.
okay. Okay. So I'm gonna be going first. Daz is gonna be going second.
Yes.
Now it's down to Kevin and Hal here.
yep.
Oof.
Worst pick.
Yes. It's tough. Hal gets strapped with the third pick, which I would agree, Hal, is the worst pick. I don't think it's great.
I think I got my first win from being in third place.
Or just
Look at that.
okay. That could be true. I'm not going to validate that information.
I
'Cause-
lie all the time. So
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. Could be true. You could just spin anything you want here on this show. Okay, so it's going to be me, Dez, Hal, and Kevin.
Whew.
Okay. You guys ready to draft? You ready to commence the 1996 draft?
Not
Rip the
anymore.
Band-Aid.
I wonder how many times I could ask you guys that before you start to get annoyed at me. I'm just gonna continue to vamp and then ask again. Okay. So Kevin, you said there's a movie I should pick.
Kevin.
It doesn't matter whether or not you pick it, in my opinion, because Des is just gonna pick it anyway. So you do whatever makes you happy, Ethan.
Dez is gonna pick it anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
There's the movie I was referring to is not going to make it to the fourth pick. So I just want you to go with your
Yeah.
heart.
Not.
Absolutely not making it to you.
Okay. Okay. Well, with the first pick in the 1996 draft, I am going to be taking a film that I saw a mere 12 hours ago. I'm going to be. Why do you guys have to respond with those facial expressions?
I'm
Is it the right
surprised.
pick or the wrong one?
I'm surprised that you're making a great pick. That's all I'm doing. I didn't think you were going to pick.
So you don't have faith? Zero faith?
I thought
It's
you were
the
gonna
way
pick
that you
Now-
both
much
turned at the
dumber.
same
You
time.
both
You
did
both
the
said,
same expression. You're just like, huh, interesting. So me having said that, it could be one of two movies. Now, I watched two films last night. One of these movies, you're going to have to help me here. Is it pronounced Lahine or Lahane?
It's Lan.
Lane. Okay.
Yeah.
That's way too fancy for me.
I was corrected by a film professor in college when I said Lahain, and she said,
Oh.
no, it's Lan.
Len.
And I've
Okay.
said it like that ever since. I don't even know if she was right. I just believe
Well, that's that's okay. That's the information being told now. So that's one of the movies I watched last night. The other film that I watched last night is Jerry Maguire, starring the one and only Tom Cruise.
No need to reveal a later pick with your first pick. Just
I'm just saying
one,
it could be either of those movies here. And I am going to be going with the French one, Lahine, whatever you want to call it. It's an all-timer movie, and I am so ecstatic that I got to watch it last night. I do want to give a shout out to Ben Lawhorn. You might know him. He is a co-host of this pod. I came to him with a dilemma yesterday, and I said, look, I'm really putting myself in the lurch here by watching 2 movies. That's already really difficult on a weeknight. Kids have school the next morning. I've got work the next morning. Do I watch Lahine, whatever? Do I watch Romeo and Juliet, or do I watch Jerry Maguire? And he was like, well, you need to watch the French one. And I said, okay, will do. So that's what I'm going to be picking.
I think that's a great pick. This is one of my
what
favorite
category?
movies ever. Yeah, you got
what category?
Great category.
I think it only fits in drama.
Yeah, it could
be a wild card.
I could wild card it right out of the gate, but no, I'm going to take drama.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to be taking that in drama. I feel pretty good about it. I mean, like, I get it now, that kind of a thing, where people like tweet either like a little clip of it or like a still shot of it or anything like that. Like, I can't really tell you the last time I watched an older film like that, where I was just like, how the fuck did they film this? Like, there's so many moments in this movie where it's just like, how did they do this? It's so good. And felt really good to watch it.
Yeah.
I have an observation / question. When did this movie enter the when was this canonized? Because when I was
the lexicon,
pre-Letterboxd, pre-social media, this was not a movie people were talking about. So was it a Criterion release at a certain point? Like, what boosted this? 'Cause I feel like last 5-10 years, younger people especially, this is like a must watch for them. That was not the case 15-20 years ago, from my recollection.
I think the fact that
question.
it was being taught to me in film school signifies that it existed in some regard for a while. Otherwise, it wouldn't be part of that education.
But that was just in the last few years, right?
Yeah, I guess it was 2019 that I watched it for class. But that must not been their first year teaching it. You know what I mean? They must have been familiar with it. I don't know. I feel like it must have existed for a bit. Maybe it was a Criterion release, but I feel like it has to have existed among cinephiles at least for a while.
It's a really interesting question. If you go back, you mentioned the Criterion Collection release. So Criterion did do a 2-disc edition in 2007. They also upped it to a Blu-ray in 2012, and then they upped it to a 4K in April of 2024. So I wonder if somewhere in that mix, I do wonder if like this kind of continual escalation of film Twitter has like really helped this, because I do feel like this is a conversation that has gone on recently on that social platform of like, what are the movies that have entered the lexicon because people tweet about them? You know what I mean? And I do wonder if this like kind of falls in that. What's the timeline? Who's to say? But I always knew Vincent Cassel was in this movie, obviously, from what I had seen in the clips and the stills and stuff. But like, goddamn, like he is absolutely lights out in this film. Does win Best Director at Cannes in 1995, and then sees a U.S. release in February, technically, in New York, February of 96. So
nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Was this the movie you guys were talking about, or was it 101 Dalmatians?
It was not, but this is one of 3 movies I've given 5 stars to that are eligible in this draft. So I think, I mean, I think it's a good choice.
I have a good idea of what some of the other movies are, but I kind of like the
And no
idea of
need to look
drafting a
them
movie
up
that
or
I just
anything,
that
you
I,
know.
I like the idea of a movie that I just watched. You know, like I think it's really rewarding to have watched that and then be able to draft it. So, Des, I believe you're up for a pick. Are you going to get the movie you want?
I am. I was not going to draft that. What do I look
That's
like?
Okay.
But now I'm worried that this isn't the movie that.
See, the social pressure is out of control.
God, well, just know I'm gonna go box office because that's a silly small list to pick from.
Yeah.
It's 15 movies. That's pretty substantial.
Drum rolling.
It was just like I thought it was gonna be like a quicker naming of the movie. My hands started to get tired. I was waiting till you got closer to saying the name.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, totally makes sense. I'm gonna be taking Twister.
Oh wow.
Oh, whoa, that wasn't the movie.
Super lame of you, by the way. I thought that was gonna come back
that
to
was
me.
not I also really love Twister. I'm just like,
this is crazy.
Right now.
I think this only ever happens when Kevin is on the pod, where people are like, wait, is that the movie you were thinking about, Kevin? After they draft a film, which is the greatest thing to me.
It scares me so much now because I don't like how close I got. Now I'm like, oh, how's going to take it right before me? And the fact that 2 people passed up on it, I'm just like, wow, I actually got this close, if not for me getting the last pick. It's okay. Anyway,
well, to be honest, I mean,
Twister,
if you're thinking like Mission Impossible, I love Brian De Palma in De Palma of His Hands, but that movie means nothing to me, really.
That movie is very important to me.
I won't talk about how much I love Mission Impossible. Let's talk about Twister.
Let's talk about Twister.
Swipe it. Yeah.
Come on,
did you say that you thought Twister was gonna make it back to you, Ethan?
In a perfect world, it would have been so nice to have Twister on my team. The spin zone and all.
Not this world.
Yeah.
That 200 happen.
You're taking it box office, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Second highest grossing movie of the year, $241 million, right behind Independence Day.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Movie of a lifetime. The perfect 5-star, 3.5-star movie to ever exist. Right in front of
well said.
Bride of Chucky. Perfect cast, perfect premise of a movie. I think about that movie all the time. And the sequel did not do it justice by any means. I thought it was an okay movie, but
Twister's
it just
terrible.
You can't recreate the feeling of seeing Twister 1996. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Oh my God, why am I blanking on every single person that's in the movie right now? But Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Nobody tell her. Nobody tell her. Let her figure it out herself.
He's the best part.
I don't know exactly.
Helen Hunt, Bill Paxton, Carrie Ellis, a lot of very famous people.
And there you go. You did it for me anyways. Yeah. After you just told everyone else not to. The steak and egg scene is something that I think is like engraved into my brain. I think it's a movie that has really exceptional CGI and special effects for a movie of the time. And I honestly think it looks more realistic than a lot of, effects like that these days. I think a lot of effects these days tend to take on this super monster natural disaster effect that it feels like a 2012 natural disaster rather than just like a standard natural disaster, which Twister definitely has. And it has a lot of heart and a lot of love in the movie. And it really does pull on the heartstrings for me.
This movie is really, really good. I agree with you. I think Hal, you mentioned as well, like a 5-star, 3.5-star movie is really the best way to describe this kind of a film. I mean, it's really about how, when met with the power of natural disasters, you realize love is everywhere. And that's really what is important. And we don't need to sign divorce papers at the end of the day. Todd Field is in this movie. Just shout out to our king, really, which is great stuff.
He is,
yeah. Any other thoughts on Twister?
I like it more than you.
Okay.
and I believe that.
Van Halen has a song in this movie, which is just incredible work. Really fantastic stuff. Okay. Released May 10th, 1990. Oh, this is interesting. Originally set to be released May 17th, 1996, Warner Bros. Made the decision to push it forward a week to May 10th to avoid competition with Paramount's Mission Impossible 2 weeks later.
Oh.
Wow.
The more you know.
Good on them.
Yeah,
Good on them.
Super interesting. Produced by Kathleen Kennedy as well, which, for those maybe not as initiated, I'm not the expert on the history of Kathleen Kennedy, but has been around in a producer role in Hollywood for a very long time and has produced a lot of very important, good movies.
Yes, she produced the Flintstones live action film as well, just to tack that on.
Thank you. Exactly. You case study after case study, really, is what it's coming down to. Okay, Hal. You going to get your movie?
I feel great. Yeah, this would have been my first pick. I'm going to take Fargo, directed by Joel and Ethan Coen, and I'm going to take it in the Oscar nomination category.
Okay.
It's not my favorite Coen Brothers film, but it's certainly top 3. Just a great blend of dark comedy and drama and thrills. Frances McDormand, just an incredible actor in this film. Very happy with Fargo.
I'm happy for you.
I love this pick.
Thank you.
Is that the movie that takes place in Nebraska with the snow?
I don't know if it's Nebraska.
I think it's Minnesota.
Yeah.
One of those flyover states.
Sure.
Oh, tough beat.
Shots fired.
Yeah, that's crazy work. It is the film, if I'm remembering correctly, that says it's based on a true story in the beginning, is not, in fact, based on a true story.
They lied.
Correct.
But people, mainly one person in particular, believed it was based on a true story, and I believe tried to find it's a briefcase. It's been quite a long time since I've seen Fargo, and I believe that didn't pan out very well for them. You can look up that news story, but William H. Macy, my guy, is just really good in this movie, doing what he does best, being a kind of a really sad loser in the 1990s, which is just great.
He's a great scoundrel.
He's a great scoundrel. Yeah.
Is this the movie that's also the show?
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nominated for Best Picture. Loses to The English Patient, a movie that we talk about every day, I'm sure. But that was a good laugh. That was good. I feel like I hit that one out of the park. Wow.
Missed opportunity to do like the Justin Bieber. I like that laugh.
Yeah. I find it notable that we have drafted 3 separate categories so far. 3 drafts, 3 categories. Interesting. Okay.
Love it.
Fargo off the board. Kevin.
Yeah, I'll do a different category too. Why not?
Okay.
Listen, maybe I'm crazy. I really thought I was gonna have to take Fargo as just a last resort at pick number 4. This is the happiest I've ever been on one of these podcasts. I can't believe that the 3 picks ahead of me went the way that they did. This is like a no-brainer. In the horror action category, I'll take Scream, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course that was up there.
Yeah. That's solid.
I think this is like the ultimate vote getter. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking in terms of votes, but this is one of my 10 favorite movies ever, and it'll get the most votes. So there's no losing here.
Kind of crazy that you wouldn't take it in box office, though.
Well,
don't give him any ideas.
I was going to say, don't let him back up on that one.
I got back-to-back picks. Don't worry about box office.
All right.
Yeah. It's interesting, and we can revisit this conversation when we talk about Mission Impossible as well. But 1996, a big year for kicking off franchises that still exist, that are still being made. We get a new Scream movie when this is released. We'll get a new Scream movie in 3 months. We get Scream 7, I believe, in February of 2026. So it's kind of crazy.
That's a good point. There's a lot of movies here that start franchises.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Des drafted Twister. We just got Twisters a couple of years ago, right? That's interesting. Okay, Scream. You have anything more to say on Scream, Kevin?
Listen, I could talk about this movie forever. Don't even get me started. Also, I will say, I don't know when this podcast is releasing, but at least as of the time of recording, this is the best time ever to watch Scream. So I hope that influences the vote as well.
There is that.
We'll be watching Scream right around when they're listening to this.
Unfortunately, they will not, because this comes out in the middle of November. So,
but they'll have just watched it then. So it's still
possible.
the same thing applies. They'll have watched it like 2 weeks ago, and they're like, "Oh, I was just reminded how much I love Scream," and then they vote for me.
Could
Or
go the other way though. Like spooky season's over. I don't want to see horror until next year. I feel like there's a lot of people like that.
I think most people watch Scream year round.
Okay.
If I had to guess, I watch Scream multiple times a year. So, yeah, I mean, this is just like I would have picked this at number 1. So I'm very happy.
Number 1.
I wouldn't have even hesitated. That was my whole game plan going into this draft was if I get Scream, I'm gonna try, and if I don't get Scream, I'm gonna do whatever.
Do whatever. Chaos. Well, that's crazy.
So,
first round, we pretty much all got we wanted.
Yeah,
we all got our guys.
Yay,
all got our guys. Okay,
yeah.
It's downhill from here.
Yeah, it's all gonna suck now. Kevin, you have a second pick.
Yeah, I got a bunch of options here, but I'm just gonna go with what I think is the competitive option, and also I think my favorite movie available. In box office, I'll take Mission Impossible.
Damn it!
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
I know in no world that was ever gonna make it back to me, but seeing you take it, Kevin, that stinks.
Yeah.
Where does it rank of the 7 movies, or is it 8?
Very high. Very high.
Okay.
I think people, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I feel like when I see Mission Impossible rankings and they have the first one like at the bottom, I'm just not sure I trust their opinions at all. It's not my favorite, but I think it's like firmly in the top 3 because no other Mission Impossible movie was directed by Brian De Palma, and that is that's important, I think.
Ethan, where does it rank for you?
Well, I find it a little interesting that you would particularly call me out. I feel attacked a little bit.
You should.
I'll tell you in a minute when I find my list on Letterboxd. But I can tell you,
Ethan, if I hear this is below number 5, that's insane.
Well,
like
the suspense builds because I haven't found the list yet. Hold on, you guys gonna have to wait.
It's number 1. It's number 1 for me, Kevin.
And I love that. And you know what? And I knew you were gonna draft Fargo at 3. I know you have great taste. I just that's a pleasure to hear.
Anyway,
Ethan,
I'm not gonna answer that question. We can just move forward.
It's number 7 out of 8 for him.
Jesus Christ!
You don't need to Letterboxd stalk me, Des. I'm live.
Please,
I can do it.
Please tell me that means that you have Mission Impossible 3 above this.
Absolutely. My love for Mission Impossible 3 is undying.
And I'm going to
don't
be honest,
test me.
That's so embarrassing. And I love you. I love you dearly.
No, it's cool.
Hearing that you think Mission Impossible 3 is better than this is crazy. Have you guys done a Mission Impossible collaborative draft?
We did a Mission Impossible scenes collaborative draft with Gooch back when Final Reckoning came out. So it gave us kind of ample conversation for everything. There is one of those movies between Mission Impossible and Mission Impossible 3 that contains the line, "I've put an explosive in your head." And it's not Mission Impossible 1. So that's kind of where I lay my statement and my claim.
That movie that is in between 1 and 3 is certainly better than 3. After rewatching them recently.
That one's my number 8. We're not here to litigate Mission Impossible rankings, okay, guys?
No. Let's just talk about how good
this is. This is a guy who gave the Final Reckoning 5 stars. So this is a moot conversation if there ever was one. Okay.
I love Mission
So you got Mission Impossible. Tough.
And it's to me.
Yeah,
it is.
Then it's to you, Hal.
Do I go with my heart?
I'm sorry, Kevin. Where are you taking Mission Impossible?
In box office.
Box office. Okay, thank you.
Do I go with my heart or do I go with my head with this pick?
Well, what are the choices for each of those so I can properly decide?
Plan. I think the heart pick has a better chance of coming back around. So I'm gonna go with the head pick.
Okay.
The head pick.
Not what I wanted you to do.
Well,
didn't even give us the options.
No, decided on the spot.
Fuck us then.
The head pick is going to be in the drama category.
Oof.
Okay.
And it's going to be Jerry Maguire.
God damn it.
Damn it. God damn it. That sucks, man.
I knew I was making a business decision when I picked Mission Impossible anyway. I was like, I know that picking Mission Impossible right now means Jerry Maguire is lost.
Oh my God.
I didn't think it would be that.
That's my favorite sports movie.
That's so rude. I watched that last night for this draft, and I just got done explaining to you how rewarding it is to pick something.
Honestly,
you just watched.
and I don't know that you deserve 2 movies that you just watched for the first time last night.
Yeah,
that's
That's true.
Those are
I'll
two
give you
great
that.
movies. I don't think you should be getting both of them.
I will give you that.
Definitely not.
Speak on it, Hal. You are you a big Jerry Maguire guy, or you think this is more an important to the '96 lexicon?
Yeah, it's hard to understate how big this movie was in the 90s. Like, I feel like if you look at the second half of the 90s, it was like Titanic, Matrix, and Jerry Maguire in terms of just like pop cultural iconography. It's just like a fun movie. It's a fun blend of drama, romance, comedy, sports. I don't love this movie, but Tom Cruise is undeniable as a movie star in this. It's sweet, it's easy to watch. The people love it. Jerry Maguire.
So there's this thing that Tom Cruise does in the 90s. Not sure if you've heard of it. It's called Mission Impossible Jerry Maguire Eyes Wide Shut Magnolia. So there's that. I put out a tweet the other day that was like, name a better run of like 4 movies. I did give the stipulation of in the last 10 years because I was talking about Leo. And I was baiting people a little bit with Don't Look Up, which I firmly believe is a very good movie. But nonetheless, the 96 to 99 run from Tom Cruise is kind of unbeatable. I see you, Kevin. I'm choosing not to acknowledge Don't Look Up slander.
I don't, you know.
But that's a crazy run of 4. And to do Mission Impossible and Jerry Maguire, 2 starkly different roles in the same year, is pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah.
I did watch this movie last night for the first time. And I texted Ben at like 12:30 in the morning when I finished this movie, and I was like, literally all caps. I was like, Ben, you did not tell me how sad this movie was. I did not expect this movie to make me like pretty much just like cry for like 20 minutes straight at the end of this film. It's really something magical, and I know it's like the Cameron Crowe 90s thing, but there's something really magical about this movie where you're like, it feels like a 90s movie. It plays like a 90s movie. It is sad. It is funny. Has the people of the 90s. It just has all of the bits and pieces. It really worked for me, and I really liked this movie.
Were you already aware, watching it for the first time last night, like there's so many bits of dialogue that are super
it's like ingrained
iconic
in
and like
culture.
unique at this point? Like were any of them like, oh, that You Complete Me is from Jerry Maguire? Like, did any of them take you off guard?
So I did not know that You Had Me at Hello was from this movie. So when we get to the final scene, and I think it's okay to spoil this movie. I wish someone had warned me. So maybe I'm doing someone a service out there by letting them know this is part of the movie. When we get to the end and Tom Cruise is like, I miss my wife. And I was just like, fuck off. Like, that's really, really sad. and then it goes, You Had Me at Hello. And I was like, oh, okay. So this is the movie. I did know Show Me the Money. Obviously, it's impossible not to know that. But I did not know the context of that. That context, like complete 180 from what I thought the context would be. This movie's really funny, too. It's like really funny. Tom Cruise is trying his best to be like a normal person. And he kind of crosses the gate a little bit, but he's still Tom Cruise, which I think is hilarious in its own right.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Well, it's back to you, Des. You have the chance to snag another one.
Yeah, I'm just going to take Romeo and Juliet and Oscar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I want
love that movie. My first winning draft, I believe, was pulling Mercutio from Romeo and Juliet for sidekicks. And this movie is incredible. Mr. Baz Luhrmann knows how to make a showy film. And I think this is one of my favorite Shakespeare interpretations, especially how he still incorporates the Shakespearean language and dialogue, rather than, making it into a modern day wording, like in like that aspect. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely one of those movies that I feel like just kind of lives on forever. Very iconic costuming, very iconic scenes. Very good movie.
I did not watch this movie as previously mentioned. It was between these and the others. Yeah, I saw this movie in high school. Did you guys have to watch this movie in high school? Is that something they did over where you were?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I distinctly remember watching this movie in high school. I don't remember anything other than that. Like, didn't stick with me, I guess. But
I loved it in high school. I thought this was like the best class period
Yeah.
ever, was watching this movie.
We had to watch the Ethan Hawke Hamlet and then like part of the Mel Gibson Hamlet.
Yeah, much different than
Ooh.
watching this movie.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So that's off the board. I
Mhm.
would argue, I'm going to wrap up round 2 here, and I would argue that the big names are off the board. And I think we get a little bit more intricate as we go forward. And everybody disagrees, but they don't say so. It's okay.
No,
guys.
I don't disagree. I think you're right. There are like big box office movies, or like big.
Yeah, there's some big
I
action
don't know. I don't know
movies.
if they're like,
Yeah.
you know, the best, or that
There's
they've
like
pulled out.
Right,
15 bangers left to me.
Yeah.
So
No, there's great
Oh, okay.
movies, but I don't know if they're big movies. You know, I
Let's see it. Let's see it, Ethan.
Yeah, I'm really kind
Ethan
of
Hunt?
being put in a put in a pickle here. So I have drama off the board already. I'm not super concerned about comedy. There's enough to keep me afloat over there.
yes.
Action horror, I'm not feeling super great on, mainly because I haven't seen a lot of the main contenders that I at least have on my personal short list. But what shall we do here? I think man, I'm really kind of stumped here, guys. There's one movie in particular that's throwing me a wrench that I really want that I know nobody else gives a shit about, but I also don't want somebody else to take it.
might that
Do what you gotta do.
Okay, what'd you say, Des? Might that be what?
What?
Okay.
I didn't say anything.
And-
I said take it.
I can't. I risk
Okay.
really not getting the things that I want. In action horror, I'm going to be taking Mars Attacks.
Oh,
We were talking a little bit ago about another movie in conversation with Mars Attacks, but I really like this movie. I think it is a really fun Tim Burton film, and Jack Nicholson, is pretty good. It's a pretty stacked cast, honestly, and
Incredible cast.
yeah, I would argue is like stuck around on like the B tier of the social consciousness. Like everybody knows what the aliens look like, but they don't. Well, we're not like quoting Mars Attacks, kind of a thing. But I really like this movie, and I think it's really a great alien movie in a year in which there were more than one alien movie. Was more than one alien movie.
It's true.
So I'm going to be taking Mars Attacks in action horror. Anybody else want to speak on Mars Attacks before I go on to my
Haven't
next
seen
pick?
it.
Oh,
Branded into my brain is Jack Black saluting in a very odd way in that film, and I just
Yes.
for some reason it's like just a visual
Just-
that always stays in my mind. And I haven't seen that movie in
Yeah.
like 20 years.
It's the power of Mars Attacks, man.
It's the power of Jack Black.
It is, yeah. God, yeah. The cast is lights out. Jack Black, Pam Grier, Natalie Portman. All people are in this movie for like 2 minutes. All right. So I have another pick, and I feel that Oscar nom is getting a little thin because we've already gotten 2 box office picks, right? Yeah. But we've gotten 2 Oscar nom picks as well.
There's some crossover.
There is some crossover.
Yeah,
I'm kind of up in the air on what I could pick here.
great movie.
Because like,
That came out in 2000.
I was just thinking that.
okay, guys.
Love that movie.
I'm gonna be going with a little bit more of a populist pick. I think I'm gonna be hoping the right people find this, and I'm gonna be drafting an Oscar nom, Train Spotting,
Damn it.
the
It's a good pick.
Danny Boyle film starring Ewan McGregor. Complete madness, and I haven't seen this movie for quite a while. I think I watched this movie like before I really kind of got movies, so I am super due for a rewatch of this. But speaking of movies that came out in 96 that Saw legacy sequels, franchises, whatever. Like T2 Trainspotting has existed because of this film. One of the all-time great drug trip movies, I think. So, yeah, I like Trainspotting a good amount.
I was worried.
It's a solid,
good pick.
Solid third round pick.
Thank you all. Nominated for screenplay for those questioning the validity of the Oscar nom category.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I just not need to clear the air on that one. Okay, cool. Those are my picks. We're working our way to the third round here. Des, you're back up.
I am. Now I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
It has to be US 96. The movie is very famously associated with the year that it was released otherwise. Like, so famously.
Don't care. Put it out, and let's see. Let's see how we can bend the rules for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Crash 1996.
No, that's not happening. Absolutely.
I left it off my list because of the theatrical release.
Oh, I know.
No.
Bummer.
Otherwise, I would have drafted it with my last pick.
That's so fair.
You guys are all sickos.
Well,
yes.
We do what we can around here,
yes. You know? Okay. Well, shit.
I appreciate you trying that, in the third round.
I really wanted to have that. I just feel like that should have.
And honestly, if it was like any other movie released in a different year, I would have just been like, you could have it. I wouldn't have even thought about it. But that movie specifically, I was so bummed to have to take off my list.
Okay.
For context, it saw a theatrical release in the US in March of 1997.
Yeah, but it's so famously 96 because you have to distinguish from that piece of shit Crash that won at the Oscars, which everyone always says Crash 96. Famously. Okay, well, if that's the case, then I think, guys, I don't know. This is hard. I really was hoping you guys would say yes to that.
See, more difficult than you think.
Fuck.
I was doing a little bit of stalking of your Letterboxd, and there's a really good movie available.
The Letterboxd stalking is out
I do my research.
People are feeling it.
I do my research, and all there was a movie that you like really like that I want to take.
I love the opposition research.
Yeah. No, I think it's essential to like knowing.
I know that there's a few movies that I have highly rated on there. Majority of those are lesbian movies. Now, Kevin, you take a lesbian movie from me, only lesbian here. I'm getting you removed from do
Okay.
Listen. Don't worry, Kevin. I support you. I have done it before.
Yes, you
I know you guys don't know because the episode's not out, but Des knows.
There's one though. I will say, I do love the two movies that you're referring to. There's one that's not a lesbian movie that I think is even better than those two movies.
Oh, the gay movie. Okay.
Okay, guys.
Is Matilda a lesbian movie?
Yeah, like what am I missing on some of these fronts?
Trunchbull? Let's get real. Miss Honey?
Fair.
Absolutely.
Big time.
Fair.
So, okay, I'm thinking.
You saying that has completely derailed me from this draft, by the way. Now I'm just remembering Miss Honey and I'm like, yeah, it all checks out.
Hell yeah.
Harriet the Spy?
So lesbian. So lesbian.
We need to redo. Yeah, we need to redo
Jingle All
the
the
lesbian 1996 draft.
Jingle All the Way.
Mm-hmm.
Muscle gay for sure. I think okay, I got it in my brain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take, well, would that be action? Are we considering thriller to be action?
I think in the past we have, if there's like a vote to sustain it. I think it really depends.
Interesting.
Okay.
That would have really helped me like reshape my
that little bit of information.
Well, I just kind of assumed thrillers existed in this in-between space where they weren't great for drafting unless they just like fit neatly into another category.
If it's like psychological thriller, that might be drama. Like I'm thinking specifically.
That's what I mean. I'm like, I think it depends on
an action.
Yeah, I think it depends on the thriller. If it's like a crime thriller, that's probably way more action than it is drama.
It is.
I will set the lay of the land here for you, Des. It depends. It just depends what I think. If I think it's actiony enough, then it applies.
If it's the movie I think it is, then I think it's an action movie. I haven't seen it just based on what I know.
Can I take Bound?
Oh,
you should.
Oh, what
awesome!
The fuck?
I was thinking
that's a great movie. That's a great movie.
I was thinking of a different crime thriller, but yes, I think that counts.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
nobody told me Joey Pants was in Bound. I would have watched this movie a long time ago.
Not the
there's a lot of lesbian movies in 1996.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Huge year for franchises and lesbians. Really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to the lesbians. I'm gonna take Bound in action horror, please.
Okay.
Great pick.
Erotic thriller of if I can't take Crash, I'm gonna take Bound.
Mm-hmm.
So Bound was the directorial debut by the Wachowski sisters. And back then people were like, how can these people make such a good lesbian movie? Just understand the lesbians. Little did they know, we got something going on here. So this movie has Gina Gershon, Jennifer Tilly, Joey Pants, Chris Maloney's in it as well. And it's such a sexy movie. Like, it just oozes sex and eroticism, and it's such an incredible movie. You can feel the tension in it. Also, the cinematography, the lighting is incredible in the movie. They do some really great work with shadows. It's awesome. So I'm going to take that in action horror.
Man.
Great pick.
Movie sounds right up my alley. It's been on my watch list for a really
cool
long time.
Movie.
And I was actually, because we're recording this the day of the 24-hour flash sale on Criterion, and I was kind of cycling through the potential purchases, and Bound was up there. I added it to my wish list. I did not purchase, but it's there for next time.
It was serious for me. I got it pre-order full price.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you.
Thank you.
Showgirls, Bound, Face Off. Incredible run from Gina Gershon in the 90s there.
Yeah.
And then she was in Thanksgiving, directed by Eli Roth.
And then she was in The Insider in 99, which is really what matters.
You know what? Some people enjoy Thanksgiving.
I like Thanksgiving. I think it's pretty good.
This guy right here.
I will say.
Listen, Eli Roth, not my favorite person in the world. But,
R.E. Thanksgiving. I was just talking to a coworker at work the other day about Halloween movies. Unprompted, he was like, I watched Thanksgiving last night. And I was like, wow, I haven't heard of that movie since the day I walked out of the theater when I watched it. But nonetheless, he watched it.
That's
funny.
I talk about Thanksgiving often, actually.
Like Thanksgiving the holiday or the movie?
No, the movie. I think I've watched it 3 times.
Oh, never seen it.
Holy
it's
cow,
not even the
3
best
times.
Thanksgiving movie.
That's crazy work.
Like, you mean any Thanksgiving movie?
It's not even the top 5, and it's called Thanksgiving. So
okay, sure, but there's probably a long list of good Thanksgiving movies.
Well,
yeah, Spider-Man.
There's plenty of
Spider-Man.
God, you just say anything.
All right. I think it's my pick.
I'll just say anything. What are you talking about? Okay.
This was my heart pick from last round, so I'm so excited it came back to me. This is I watched it last year for the first time in a long time, nervous that it might not hold up given its subject matter, and it actually held up quite well. That is the wonderful comedy The Birdcage, starring Robin Williams and Gene Hackman and others.
Yes, sir.
Really great movie. And happy to take it in the comedy category.
Nice.
I just broke my fist on my desk. I really was so ready to draft that with my next pick.
Sorry, bud.
Funny.
Okay.
I haven't seen The Birdcage.
Great pick.
Birdcage is good.
Nominated for an Academy Award. Pretty impressive.
Another queer movie you haven't seen, Ethan?
I can only watch so many movies, Des. I have to watch one battle after another and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning 16 times a piece, okay? So
Mission Impossible is gay in its own way, I think.
Doing what I can.
It's true.
Exactly. I'm supporting where I can, you know?
Awesome.
Yeah, good pick, Hal. Nice. The Birdcage.
Yeah.
The movie's a lot of fun.
Kevin, you have 2 picks.
Yeah, and you know what? As much as I'm upset that the Birdcage got taken from me, this also probably made my picks a lot easier because now I don't have to choose between a bunch of movies. I could kind of just narrow it down. You took that in comedy? Okay. How many?
Which is a stacked category.
Yeah.
I think.
Who else
This
is
might be the
drafted
best
Kind
comedy?
of
comedy
is. Yeah. God,
Have either of you drafted comedy?
No.
No.
Okay.
It's tough, Kevin. I feel your pain here being on this turn. It is so tough waiting 7 picks to come back to you.
Well, there's just like
I'm dying right now.
there are like 3 Oscar movies that I think are just so good, and I'm really scared that because they could be drafted in other categories, they're gonna like dissipate. I just don't know what to do. Like I want to like save one to draft later in the Oscar category, but then I'm scared that when it gets back to me, I'm forced to not get a good Oscar movie.
Well, what's the movie?
Oh, I won't.
Yeah,
say.
we can just say titles.
I will say. I will say one of them is the movie I was telling you before to draft, but we were not aligned, or we were not thinking of the same movie.
Yeah, I'm curious on what that is.
I'll say it when it comes.
I have an idea.
I might actually say it right now. Gosh, I don't know. Okay, I think. I think I'll start by picking a heartfelt, like I need this on my team pick, and in the comedy category, I'm gonna take just like my absolute, well, besides Scream, my absolute favorite movie of this year, a movie from my favorite director ever, A Summer's Tale, an Eric Romer movie, in the comedy category.
So, okay,
this is one of
the U.S. release.
This is questionable.
Unclear.
Right.
Yes.
This is what I wanted to bring up at the beginning of the show. This is what I was referencing.
See, this movie
is it eligible? Is it eligible for this draft?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you drafted. Of course, you're going to say yes.
Well, yeah, but if it's a movie that released theatrically in France in '96 and then never got a U.S. release, where this movie is just supposed to be never drafted in any draft because
no.
You know what
How's
I mean?
that possible? There's a
it'll
U.S.
be
box office.
It'll be
well,
eligible.
Yeah, it released
for...
in 2014 in the U.S. as like a re-release, like a but that's not the same as like releasing a year later or something. It's like a retrospective screening.
It's eligible for the 2014 draft. We just didn't draft it.
Yeah, see, that's great. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
That would have been such a wild pull.
Yeah,
would have been insane
like that's so
if someone
crazy.
did that.
It's yeah. If anything, it was released in the U.S. as like a retrospective screening in one theater in New York City or something. Yeah. Like I don't think that's the same.
I will give this to you. It is of course an Eric Romer French film released theatrically in France in 1996. Yeah. So I think the ground is solid on this one. I also just want to say, like, fuck you. This was going to be my round 6 wildcard pick. And that's really
so saving a movie of this quality for round 6 is kind of rude.
Because I thought it was on nobody's radar. I thought it was
nobody's.
Like,
it's my favorite director ever. I talk about this guy all the time.
Ethan just called you a nobody. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, that's crazy. I literally get online every day and I talk about how much I love Eric Romer, and Ethan's like, this would be on nobody's radar.
I was like, nobody knows about this movie. Yeah. Fuck, this movie's so good, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's
what's
like,
it about?
This is the perfect movie. So pretty much it's about this guy who just fumbles several women. He just like doesn't know. He spends a whole summer with a bunch of women interested in him, and he's like, what if I fucked up all of this? And just
that's a good summary.
Yeah, that's pretty much all it is. And it has real like stylistically and visually, it has real like Call Me by Your Name vibes. Like it feels like you're watching like a Call Me by Your Name type of like summer movie.
Gotcha.
But then it's just like kind of silly and like ironic because you're watching this guy who's just a moron, like just not know how to go about
It's
the
like
world.
it's like, like dudes rock type movies. Like this is a dude
this is
suck
like a dude
movie.
This is a dude suck movie.
Which
we should do a dude suck draft. That's a great draft.
We should.
Idea, Hal.
And I will say, Des, I don't know how familiar you are with Romare, but that is kind of what his entire canon is just he makes movies about guys who suck. Like, and they're all amazing. Like every single one of his movies is just about a dude who's just like awful.
Can't relate to any of that.
My review of this film is a quote, and it says, "I feel everyone is alive around me but me." And I think that's like a pretty good encapsulation of what this film really is.
That was a quote, yeah.
I just said it's a quote. Were you not listening?
I'm so sorry. I really wasn't. I'm
literally
so
talking to you.
You were talking to me too. That's even worse. I'm sorry.
Kevin, what's your next pick? Pick?
Yeah, good question.
And why is it a Very Brady sequel?
I'm screaming. Space Jam.
No, I would love to draft Space Jam, but I'm still trying to win at this point in the draft. So I don't think I'm gonna do that.
It's very valiant of you, Kevin.
I have a kinship to basketball movies.
Oh, he's pulling Day Trippers.
I'm going to take. Yeah, I think I'll do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I think that'll do it.
In the Oscar category, I would like to take Mike Lee's Secrets and Lies.
You piece of shit.
Which is the movie I was referring to that you should have drafted.
That was gonna be my next pick. I'm irritated. That's such a good movie. It's okay.
It is such a good movie. I went not this past New York Film Festival, but at last year's New York Film Festival, I saw Hard Truths and Mike Lee was there.
So good.
And like to this day, well, I mean, I've seen like maybe better Q&As, but in terms of like just seeing someone and being like, I love this guy, listening to Mike Lee talk about how he makes movies is like top one moment of my life. Like he is just the fucking coolest. And like everything I aspire to be as a writer and like filmmaker is just what Mike Lee says when I listen to him speak. I'm like, this guy is fucking awesome. And this movie is so good. I do think that if you just kind of, and I've only seen a handful, but I do think that if you just kind of like took performances from Mike Lee movies, you could make up like a list of the 10 greatest performances in the history of movies. Like every performance in his movies is so good.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Mario Jean-Baptiste is like incredible. I love the working relationship that they have because they do really great work together.
Yeah. No, she's so good.
That's a really good pick. Haven't seen it. But also,
I didn't think so.
On my watch list. Okay.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Can't see them all. Look, where's that response for Hal? Des? You know, my guy over here is just like, I also haven't seen it. And people are like, oh, that's
it's on
okay,
my
Hal.
it's on my watch. I thought about squeezing it in, but I didn't.
No, but here's the difference though, is that when I go to Hal's Letterboxd to stalk him for this draft, he has multiple pages of movies to draft from. So you know what I mean? It's like more
74 films I've seen from 96, which might be my deepest year.
Right.
Get the hell out of here.
That's why I'm like, oh, shocker that he hasn't seen Secrets of Lies.
And there's like some movies that I forgot existed in here that like you'd think they're fake movies. Celtic Pride. Exactly.
You sent that movie in the group chat. I remember that.
That's right. You did. Right.
I do remember that.
It's a basketball movie, Kevin. You should check it out.
It is, yeah. But it's a Celtics movie, and so there's a conflict of interest there.
Okay, well, Hal, now is your time to draft Celtic Pride, if that's where you're going to
go. It's tempting, but I've already drafted in comedy. I'm going to go over to the box office category, and it's really, my heart is torn between two big budget action movies, but I'm going to go with The Rock, starring Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage and Ed Harris. Just a great garbage cinema effort from Michael Bay. The Rock 96 box office. Lock it in.
Can't argue that.
Just watch this movie today. Just watched this movie 2 hours ago.
Yeah, nice little piece of fun trash.
It's a lot of, and I wouldn't even say it's trash. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Michael Bay is a weird but talented filmmaker.
I agree.
I think he's a bit of a loser, but I think he knows how to make movies.
Jesus.
I'm just saying. I mean, you know what I mean. You go back and watch his movies.
Like he's a fucking idiot, ugly.
Well, no, but it's like
go watch. He's cool.
No, it's like go watch an early Transformers movie, and every other line is either like racist, sexist, like homophobic. I'm like,
absolutely.
Like he's a bit of a loser, but like he knows how to make a movie. Like, like he's a good director.
Mm-hmm. I think this is the first movie that Nicolas Cage did after he did like 2 back-to-back Oscar-nominated like dramas, and then he's like, I'm just gonna go do The Rock, and then he's like, I'm gonna do Face Off and Con Air. Just incredible hijinks from Nick Cage in the mid-90s.
I was gonna say, like, this 96, 97 run from Nick Cage, just kind of being obsessed with like guys in prison. Really fascinating stuff for like 18 months there. Yeah, really, really crazy.
Yeah. Also, Sean Connery in this movie. Oh my, he's so good in this movie. I was like, I don't know if this is like, I don't know if we have to spoil or put a spoiler warning on movies that are 30 years old.
You're gonna spoil The Rock for me? That's crazy.
but the scene with him and his daughter, I was like, I started tearing off. I was like, this guy's great. It's like corn. It's like cheesy, but I don't know. I just like good dads.
I got you.
And he's not even a good dad actually, but I just like scenes involving dads in movies.
Amazing.
Okay. And you took that in box office, correct, Al?
Yep.
Okay. Des, back to you. You've got a pick.
Damn. Moving a little fast, aren't we?
Moving a little fast. I think Kevin took like 13 minutes to make 2 picks.
You know
what are you talking about moving fast?
I know.
Well, the guy wins too much, and all of a sudden his strategies are being picked apart.
Right, exactly.
Can't even take my time on my picks anymore.
Yeah, being harassed post picks. Yeah.
Oh.
Des just found something. Something in the.
I hope you haven't found something.
Something in the gold pan there. Probably to take something from me, if anything. I have my next 2 picks locked the fuck up. Like it's gonna take 30 seconds max. Bam.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, you have logged this.
Oh no, that's not good.
That's not. You can steal so many movies from me.
Out of like the 8 movies I've seen, the 14 entries I have on Letterboxd. Oh no.
No, the thing is, it's not a 90. You know, those international movies are a little tricky, aren't they?
They are.
The ones that come out a few years beforehand, then
sure.
get released in the US a couple years later. You know,
you can put it out there. I mean, what is it?
There's a movie that on Letterboxd says 94 and it got released in the US in 96. And if that's the movie you're about to draft, that is a really good pick.
Yeah.
Well, to fill the air quickly, there is a movie that says 96 on Letterboxd that was released in 97. That is
true.
Crash.
No, that is not the film. It is Hard 8. Speaking of Paul Thomas Anderson, so
okay,
just throwing that out there.
Who was speaking of Paul Thomas Anderson?
I was earlier when I referenced One Battle After Another.
You referenced, sure, okay.
Oh,
yeah, that one time I said it on the whole pod.
Yeah. No, there's a movie that I found out like an hour before the draft got released in 96, and even though it says 94 on Letter, I was doing like some digging, and I was like, whoa.
I feel like it's kind of like, what's the Kismet? Because I watched the movie the other day.
What is this movie?
I'm due for backlogs, and I just didn't know that was a 96 movie. I think I have to take it.
It's killing me. Just you have to take it now.
Okay, in drama, I'm gonna take Chungking Express.
Well,
that is.
We sure that applies? We sure that's a thing?
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
March
released in 96.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's unreal.
A wonderful pick, masterful pick.
Thought I could let that one sleep.
Yeah, that's a really great pick.
Okay, that's pretty dirty work, Des. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. You should have let me take Crash.
No, there was no world in which that would happen. Okay.
Yeah, I think Crash might have gotten even more votes. So.
And you took this in drama.
Yes.
Okay. Just a complete Wong Kar-wai masterpiece.
Yeah, good work.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's a nice roster. You got good range on that roster.
I'm gonna be honest, kind of the pick of the draft. Really, I wasn't gonna take it, but like only because the only other time I've watched it, I was not like I didn't appreciate this movie enough at the time that I saw it. And I was like, that deserves to be on somebody else's team if they discover it. And then the fact that someone else did is, that's really good. That involved some digging.
Yeah. Dang. Okay.
How did you go?
I'm a little bit mad on that. How'd you know that was the case?
Yeah.
IMDb, and then
that's how I found it also.
And then
there's like an IMDb list of movies of like international movies released in 1996.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. Well, now I know for the future. And any guests that may appear, do your IMDb international research. Could benefit you. So you've chosen Chungking Express, just an all-time great movie. And so now these next two movies are really going to make me look like an idiot compared to picking that and A Summer's Tale. That feels like a long time ago, but I'm still mad that's not on my team. So in comedy, let me make sure I got this correct. I need to look at the box office. I need to make sure. Oh, yeah, just scraping by the $100 million mark. Okay. In comedy, I'm going to be taking That Thing You Do, which directed by Tom Hanks, about a band in the 1960s that become kind of overnight sensations and how that changes their lives. Liv Tyler, Steve Zahn, Charlize Theron is in this movie. Giovanni Ribisi. Shout out Giovanni Ribisi. Speaking of PTA, putting together VistaVision cameras, doing the hard work, and getting to special things in those credits, which is really what it's about. I like this movie quite a bit. And the really cool freak thing is that one of the guys, Tom Everett Scott, he's one of the leads of this film, is the love interest of Mia in La La Land. Actually, her husband that she ends up with at the end of La La Land. It is the same actor. So,
very fun.
Yeah, a little interesting tidbit there. Okay, so I'm going to take That Thing You Do in...
I like that pick.
Comedy. And I did watch that for the Tom Hanks collaborative draft that we did quite a while ago, and I just want to put out to the people that Sophie has still not provided her Tom Hanks collaborative draft to us. So just let that be known. Okay, so I am going to be going to the box office next, and that'll just leave me with wild card when it comes back around to me. This side group chat that is happening is incredibly unfair. I just want people to know you guys are spamming my phone right now.
So hard.
And I'm trying to focus on my picks, and all of you are like, I'm getting a text every 4 seconds. I saw that there was text
in the group chat, and I was like, oh, I wonder what they could be saying. And when I opened it to just the thumbnail of the Kazam Letterboxd page, that's very funny.
This has taken a new turn in which there is now side conversation derailing my draft picks.
Absolutely.
But you know what the thing is that you said your picks were going to be so fast that you could have just them while that was happening.
I would have if you guys were texting me. In box office, I'm going to take a movie that made $100 million and $100,138,000. It is the 15th movie eligible here at the very bottom of the list. I'm going to be taking The Hunchback of Notre Dame, my favorite Disney animated feature film, a movie that I think actually has like real great thematic and moral intrigue, and I am obsessed with this soundtrack, so I'm going to be taking that.
It's the only animated movie you've ever seen.
No, check in with Bobby. I watched Beauty and the Beast. I can prove it.
I'll call her later.
Wow.
Yeah, get her on the pod.
I actually haven't
Absolutely.
seen this one, so I can't say anything. I'm just I'm surprised this
And
people
when
did
you
not
say your
ride for
favorite Disney
Hunchback.
animated film, you're not including Pixar films. You're just talking like
That's correct. Sorry, I mean
Okay.
like the golden age of Disney
Like the
animation
Disney,
in the
sure.
1980s.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like this movie. I think it's really really good. Demi Moore, great voice performance here. Nominated for an Academy Award, by the way. So
Yeah, that's true. It was
okay,
on my
Des.
list. It was on my list in case everything else got
In case it fell to that. Des, it's back to you.
Already? Yeah. Oh, easy pick. I'm gonna take the First Wives Club in comedy.
Nice.
I really wanted to watch this.
R.I.P. Diane Keaton. That is still shaking me to my core. I was in Texas when I found out. I was on my phone. I was on my way to Austin City Limits Music Festival. And I look at my phone. I say, man, Keaton's gone. I had to make genuine phone calls to friends like she was a family member. It's that serious. Diane Keaton, queen of a good suit, linen, and neutral colors. She will be so missed. Oh my goodness, what a icon. This movie is comedic gold. Bette Midler, Goldie Hawn, Diane Keaton. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely gonna go on my list, and I'm happy that I got it and no one else did.
Oh, I'm also happy you got. This movie looks so fun. When I was like making my watch list of movies, and I found out that I couldn't watch any of them. This is like top 3 most bummed I was that I couldn't watch it before the draft, because I was like, this just looks like a movie I would adore. Like, it looks so fun.
It is really fun. It has the iconic performance of like the song that they all like perform together as the First Wives Club. I'm not going to sing it right now because I wasn't.
No, go ahead.
I wasn't
Hal
prepared
did, yeah.
vocally. Oh, Hal, you got it. You got the vocals.
That was just a little teaser.
Okay, I'll wait for the album.
Got to go to Patreon for the rest of the performance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy that I got this pick, and I'm a little bummed that it took this long for it to get picked up, because I feel like it's such like a iconic movie for comedy, especially for women in comedy. But glad I got it.
Yeah, glad it went to you and not me.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Okay.
I don't even think you've seen it.
Hal's turn. I'm out of time. I'm sorry. I can't respond to your question.
Oh, okay.
For my next pick, I am going to take a movie in the action/horror category that turned out to be the highest grossing film of 1996, and that is Independence Day.
Nice. I remember watching this movie a lot as a kid. I've never seen it as an adult, but I remember like being pretty like locked in on this idea of aliens.
Yeah, it was. I watched it a lot as a kid as well, and it was really upsetting to, especially the scientist when the alien gets his like tentacle around his neck.
Yep.
Really, really upsetting.
Frightening
as
stuff.
a child. Honestly, I rewatched it last year, and fun time. And it's nice to see. Someone mentioned CGI. I think it was you, Des, with Twister. It's really great to watch a good action movie from the 90s, because it's like it's actual, like they actually blew something up, probably a miniature, but it's actual fire, and it looks incredible.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. It's a good pick. Pretty cool poster, honestly. Just like an alien spaceship over the White House.
Who's in that one? Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Bill. Yeah.
Bill Pullman.
Jeff Goldblum.
I think I confuse it a lot with Armageddon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Fair.
And Deep Impact, even though I know it's not the same movie whatsoever. Just I think it's the titles.
Okay. Yeah, Deep Impact sounds exactly like Independence Day. Easy to get those things mixed up.
You're going in the wrong order.
What about The Core? Where's The Core in this conversation? That's a movie I remember watching a lot as a kid.
It's at the bottom.
Core?
It's at the bottom.
Right next to Kazam.
Guys, are you seriously? It's that bad? Oh, tough. Well, maybe I'll rewatch it just for fun. Okay, Kevin, finish off your team, man.
Yeah, I will. Back-to-back picks. Couple movies I'm debating between, one of which I think Des would shoot me in the head live on the pod if I drafted. So I'm gonna just respectfully not draft it, even though I think it's one of the best movies available. Um, which makes my job a little bit easier. In the drama category, I'll take gosh, all of my choices are amazing movies. All of them I don't think are gonna really get any votes.
Okay.
So I'm struggling to like weigh them against it. I'm like, which one of these would get the most votes? And I think it might be my favorite option of the three. I'll take Breaking the Waves in drama.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
Lars von Trier movie, one of the best performances in history from Emily Watson, I'd say.
Wow.
Probably have seen 10 performances in my life that are as good as this. It's insane and heartbreaking and really difficult to watch, as is the case with any movie this guy ever makes. That's what he likes to do. You kind of like go into watching one of them and like no matter what your mood is, like sometimes I'll be in a bad mood and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just watch like one of his movies because I'm already in a bad mood. And then you just like want to die. And then if you're in a good mood, you're like, oh, well, maybe this won't weigh my day down too much. And it just like there's just no good time to watch one of these movies because you're just gonna want to die after watching one of them. But yeah, I thought this movie was terrific. So I'll take Breaking the Waves and drama.
Nice.
Man, you've got like a true cinephile roster here.
You kind of do.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and I was like, oh, I'm wondering if there's some aspect there of like two big movies at the start to get the votes, and then they see that the other movies are like good quality movies, and they're like, okay, this is worth voting for. But I'm just scared that these other movies I'm drafting are not movies that voters are going to have seen.
Not up to snuff.
Well, how are you going to finish it off then?
Yeah.
That's why in my wild card spot, I feel like I have to take like a real wild card pick and just draft like a childhood favorite. One of course. I mean, I've watched this movie 30 times. I think that this man's the star of this movie. I think that his almost all of his filmography does not stand the test of time. I think this is one of the only ones that is kind of timeless and still really funny. And aside from his dramatic work, just his best movie by far. I'm going to take Happy Gilmore in the wild card category.
I was generally like, what else has Shaquille O'Neal done than Kazam?
Oh,
yeah, man. What other movies has Michael Jordan?
Other movies
that's where I was at. I was like, MJ's been in other movies. What are you talking about?
No. I think I've in my adulthood I've rewatched some like classic Adam Sandler movies, and I'm like, this is unwatchable.
Yeah.
But I sometimes I
really
rewatch Happy Gilmore, and it still just like kind of works in my opinion, and I still quote it just like all the time. I love this movie. It's really hard to separate that. I don't know. So, and I hope it'll get votes. I mean, people love Happy Gilmore. They just made a second one, another movie that had a sequel. So,
yeah, people love Happy Gilmore. I don't get
Happy Gilmore. I love Adam Sandler in general. I watch all those movies a billion times, even the ones that you don't think should be watched even the first time. So,
yeah,
I would think if I saw your list, Kevin, I'd be like, okay, guy, movies that I know, and then I'd think, oh, he thinks he's better than me, not getting my vote. And then Happy Gilmore, maybe he's just like us, So
don't encourage the listeners.
Don't give anybody any ideas.
Kevin getting five wins here.
No, but what if I did?
We would hate it.
Yeah, we would.
Happy Gilmore is one of the movies I alluded to in the intro. I was 7 years old. I saw this in the theater.
What an experience!
Like a little bit naughty. I was laughing at jokes I didn't even understand. Like it was so funny. I was laughing just deep in my chest as a little kid, and it was an incredible movie going experience.
I'm
That's
just
so
imagining
awesome.
like 7-year-old Hal just going like, "It's all in the hips. It's all in the
Oh
hips," just
yeah,
walking around like that.
and anything with Chubbs was
Yeah.
gold.
Because the thing is like I was quoting this movie as like a 7, 8 year old kid,
Mhm.
but that was not after seeing it in theaters. Like I can't imagine like sneaking into
The
a movie
impact,
like
yeah.
this with my friends as a kid, or like having like an adult take us and then just watching this movie.
It was magical. Good pick. Good pick. Okay.
Mhm.
Thanks.
It's for my wild card. We left a lot of good movies on the table, y'all.
There's so
There's a
many,
lot
and
We
I
on the
was
did.
board
having a
still.
really
I've
hard
got I've got
choice.
multiple 4 stars on Letterboxd movies left.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to take them. I'm going to take one I'm just picking movies from the heart, I think.
Yeah.
And I did mention this movie
Celtic
earlier,
Bride.
but I got to pick I got to pick Matilda.
Okay.
Directed by Danny DeVito. This movie rips.
Oh yeah,
This
it's
is a
good.
good this is a
Yeah,
good movie. It's sweet, it's charming. Danny DeVito, good director.
Mhm.
Great film. Watched it all the time as a kid. Lock it in.
I
Yeah.
think this could do really well for your vote getting.
Big numbers with Matilda.
Well, it does well with my soul, and that's what counts.
That's also true. Yeah. No, it's a really sweet movie.
Yeah. Man, love a good Frank Reynolds shout. I watched this movie a lot as a kid. I haven't seen it as an adult, but I totally remember watching also all the time. Speaking of like Miss Trunchbull, I was like pretty deathly afraid of her, and I was like, oh, everybody else is just the best. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Is there like a musical bit in this movie? Right?
Wrong movie. It's the wrong Matilda.
No.
When she's moving things
That's-
telekinetically around the room.
Exactly,
and
that's what I'm talking
Little Bit
about.
of Pretty
yeah,
Woman.
Yeah.
The pancakes and yeah.
So quick to dismiss my remembrance of Matilda. Holy cow,
Yes.
guys. I was right. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Des, finish up your team.
Kevin,
You
can I ask you
you
what?
better take the movie that I was referring to, because I'm gonna be bummed if you don't. Now.
Can I ask what movie you were referring to? I'm just curious.
The Watermelon Woman.
Watermelon Woman.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Imagine if I didn't pick that. That'd be really crazy.
Now I feel like you're not going to.
Francis Ford
there's just-
Coppola's Jack.
There's just oh my god. There's just so many movies that I have left that could be a wild card for me, and they all mean so much to me. It's really one of the movies is literally in my top 4 on Letterboxd, but most people haven't seen it, and I go up in arms for it anytime that I can, because the Irish Italian Boston man remade the movie and they got more credit for it, and it made me really upset. So fuck. I
Can't even
think
say his name.
no.
Okay. Live your truth.
Yeah, redacted.
Thank you. I'll go back to it later. I'm gonna be picking the Watermelon Woman. Come on now. The movies. She works at a movie store, and her friend says, like, essentially, you're a loser who gets no women because all you want to do is watch these damn old movies. I said, whoa, guys, let's maybe like take it down like several notches. That's really crazy. Movie is spectacular. It has done, wonders for queer cinema, especially Black queer cinema. Seeing a lesbian on screen like that, especially in the 90s in independent cinema, speaking her truth and doing what she does in Philly nonetheless, where I have lived once upon a time. It does really hit home for me, and I love the premise of the movie. So if you don't know what the Watermelon Woman is about, I know that her name is Cheryl in real life, but I can't remember if she's also named Cheryl in the movie. But she goes to look up this woman who is referred to as the Watermelon Woman in, early ages of cinema, and wants to learn more about her and, about like the mammy stereotype and, just how Black women were portrayed in, the early days of film. So yeah, no, it's a great movie. It's a really good drama. It's a really good comedy. It's a very good slice of life story, I would say. And also it emphasizes the importance of archival work, I would say, which a lot of people should think more about these days, and preserving art and preserving truth for that matter.
Amen.
Yeah. Good shout. Awesome. Okay, so you've completed your team. That means that I have one more pick, and then we have completed the 1996 draft. I'm gonna try to bring it home the best I can. I'm up in the air between a few here that are nowhere near as I would say important or potent as all of the things that you guys have drafted. So I'm just gonna draft, and then we can just talk about honorable mentions from there. I'm gonna be taking. In wild card, I don't know, guys. I'm not really an advocate of a whole lot that's left on the board. I wasn't really joking about 101 Dalmatians either.
I know you weren't.
That was a big movie that raised me. I remember watching that movie a lot as a kid. Jeff Daniels, just great.
I was really hoping you would pick Kazam, not gonna lie.
I don't know what that movie is.
Yes, you do.
No.
What?
Everyone knows Kazam.
I've never seen that movie. No. Kazam?
You gotta at least know it as a joke.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Did you have the Disney Channel on in the early 2000s?
Yeah. I was a Disney Channel kid. The world's most powerful genie has just met his match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shaq plays a genie.
Mm-hmm.
And he raps in there.
Yeah.
That sounds riveting.
Yeah,
Not going to be drafting Kazam here today.
Oh.
Sorry.
Bummer.
I guess I'm just going to draft. I'm going to go ahead and draft Bottle Rocket.
Nice.
This is a, important movie directed by Wes Anderson, filmmaker who's still working today, making great movies today. And I would argue, pretty pivotal filmmaker of the last 25, 30 years. So
you don't even have to argue it.
I'll take Bottle Rocket. A movie that I think is like quite good from what I remember, or at least like good enough. Okay, so we've done it. We've completed the 1996 movie draft here on the Movie Draft Podcast. And my big takeaway is that I was not prepared for this draft. I need to see more movies from 1996. Let's go through our teams and let's give any honorable mentions that we want at the very end here. Who do we think is going to win this draft, by the way? What's your guys' gut telling you?
How?
Yeah, that's what we said last time, though.
That's what we said last time. I think me or Des.
Okay. I think it's Hal. I think pretty up and down. No offense, Des, but
Ethan, you're never going to give me the credit ever.
Mine does feel pretty chalky. Like mine feels pretty straight down the middle fastballs.
It does. Yeah. Okay. In drama, I drafted. How do you say it again, Kevin?
Len. Oh my God, this fucking guy.
Len. In action horror, I drafted Mars Attacks. In Oscar nom, I drafted Train Spotting. In comedy, I took That Thing You Do. In box office, I took The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And in Wild Card, I took Bottle Rocket. Des, why don't you read us your team?
For drama, I've got Chungking Express. For action horror, I've got Bound. Oscar nominated, I've got Romeo and Juliet. Comedy, The First Wives Club. Box office, Twister. And Wild Card, The Watermelon Woman.
What about you, Hal? What's your team?
I took Fargo and Oscar nom, Jerry Maguire in drama, The Birdcage in comedy, The Rock in box office, Independence Day in action horror, and Matilda in Wild Card.
And Kevin, why don't you read us your team?
Yeah, I took Scream in action horror. I took Mission Impossible in box office, A Summer's Tale in comedy, Secrets and Lies in Oscar nom, Breaking the Waves in drama, and Happy Gilmore in the wild card category.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to all of us. As Hal and Des and Kevin and myself, I guess, all alluded to, there's still a lot of things kind of left on the board. Any honorable mentions that anybody wants to throw out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Kevin, you want to go first?
Des. No, you go.
Me? Okay, thank you. Well, one of the ones is definitely Big Night with Tony Shalhoub and Stanley
I
Tucci.
wanted to watch this also.
Incredible movie.
Okay.
Italian American Jersey guys who have, a restaurant, and it's so fucking funny.
I didn't even know it was
Um,
Italian American Jersey guys. That means I have to watch it
Big
even
night.
ASAP.
more
Yeah.
immediately as somebody who grew up in an
Isabella
Italian
Rossellini's in
American
that
Jersey
movie?
neighborhood.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Isabella
wow.
Rossellini's in the movie as well.
Wow.
I think Laura is Laura.
Guess who else
Is
is
it
in this
Laura? I
movie?
think so.
Never mind. Continue.
Okay. What was that?
The Day Trippers, also a big one that was left off. Welcome to the Dollhouse is a great one. The one that I was alluding to before is called Set It Off, directed by
Yeah.
Yeah.
F. Gary Gray. Remade into, which they say it's not, because it was based off of a novel that came out in the early 2000s after this movie, but a very similar movie is The Town with Ben Affleck and crew.
Right.
Yuck. But that one got a lot of recognition when Set It Off.
Yeah. When you drafted Bound and you were asking about a thriller, like a crime thriller
I
being an
figured,
action
yeah.
movie, that's the movie I
Hmm.
thought you were referring to.
Okay, yeah. See, that was on my radar of movies that I really wanted to make a part of my list. It's a movie that is so vital to like my core is like me and like the movies that like I love, but it's unfortunately a movie that is not very well seen. Um and it really should be. It's like has such a great cast in it, and it speaks volumes of, a lot of, intersectionality of, socioeconomic, being black women, and just like the pressures that society, puts on women. Honestly, I think it low key is a good pairing with One Battle After Another. So
That's a great recommendation.
That's a great rec.
Nice.
thank
Kevin,
you.
did you have honorable mentions?
Yeah, I only had a few. I think like the two big ones that I would have mentioned are A Moment of Innocence, which is a movie that very few people have watched. But that movie is just like unbelievable. I have a real like I just really like Iranian films and Iranian filmmakers and their whole style and approach to filmmaking, and that movie is like incredible. And then a movie that I really wanted to draft, but that I don't know if anybody knows. Well, I know Hal has seen it actually. Lone Star, the John Sayles movie. I there's another John Sayles movie, Matewan, that I think is like one of the best movies I've ever seen. But Lone Star is also just like terrific. And he's a really cool director that people don't talk about very often. So those would be like the two huge ones that I left off my team.
Okay.
Great. I would just want to echo both Des and Kevin with Set It Off and Lone Star, both 4 stars out of 5 for me on Letterboxd. I'm gonna recommend some comedies from '96 that we didn't touch, but like this is such a deep year for comedies. The Cable Guy with Jim Carrey, which I love.
It was it was in contention for my final pick.
That would have been a good one. Honestly, The Nutty Professor. I don't know how it's held up. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but
Well,
huge,
Probably not great.
probably not well. But that was a big movie at the time.
Yep.
Kingpin, a Farrelly Brothers movie that I really liked as a kid. Beavis and Butthead Do America. For real, these are all banger comedies.
yeah.
And Swingers.
Swingers.
With Vince Vaughn and John Favreau.
What about
all big comedies?
Can I ask? Because I think I haven't seen this movie, but I know Hal has seen this movie, and I kind of expected it to get drafted. Waiting for Guffman.
Yeah, that's another good comedy.
Yeah.
I'm more of I'm more of a best in show guy if we're talking Christopher Guest. But Waiting for Guffman is good.
Ben will be sorely disappointed that nobody drafted Waiting for Guffman. It is one of his all-time favorites, and this was my chance to watch it, and I didn't do it. So tough beat for me as a friend. Black Sheep, to talk about another comedy. The Chris Farley comedy. You mentioned the Cable
was that
Guy.
this year?
Well, Letterboxd says, but I was never going to draft it, so I didn't go into the releases tab. Let's double check. Theatrical, February 2nd, 1996. Kind of isn't it the kind of spiritual follow-up to Tommy Boy? Black Sheep.
Yeah, guy, this is so exciting. I do not have this Marcus watched, even though I've seen it.
You should backlog it right now, Hal. That's what totally normal people do.
I'm clicking it, and that's
live
so exciting.
in time is crazy work. Space Jam. We kind of like made a few jokes about Space Jam, but that was a big movie in the 90s for a lot of people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Escape from LA.
Yeah.
Not talked about, not drafted.
I did not watch this.
Is
From
that
Dusk Till
Escape
Dawn?
from New York?
That's the sequel.
It's called Escape from LA.
Yeah.
That's a different town, different city.
Thank you, Hal, for knowing exactly what I meant when I asked that.
Hal and I both answered the question adequately. We both provided information.
Yeah, but one with a little less attitude. You know?
Yeah,
Did I have attitude?
No. You didn't have attitude.
You're so earnest.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
That was on my list.
Tarantino Clooney movie. James and the Giant Peach. I feel like that was a big movie of my childhood that really scared me and spooked me out for sure. And that's kind of it. I did talk about 101 Dalmatians. I remember watching that movie a lot as a kid. Probably why I didn't watch Kazam, because I was busy watching that movie.
That checks out.
Can I throw out one more movie? It's not great, but
Sure.
I feel like it's a good, solid 90s rom-com that like it's part of no conversations. It's just like a curiosity at this point. But One Fine Day, starring George Clooney and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Mm.
It's just it's one of those movies that just in the streaming era is lost to time.
This might have to go on the watch list.
Yeah, I just put it on my watch list. Interesting.
I wouldn't say don't prioritize this over many other things, but
listen, I'll watch anything.
Two
day.
movie stars sort of back in their heyday.
Yeah, totally. Good shout. Okay, well, we have given all of our honorable mentions. We've formed our teams, and we have all, not unanimously, but kind of agreed that everybody else except me has a good shot at winning this draft. Massive thank you to Des, Kevin, Hal for joining this draft. Des, if people want to find more of you, where can they find you at?
They can find me on Letterboxd, Instagram, and Twitter at Movies with Des with an S, and my podcast called What's On Tonight, where I talk about movies.
Kevin, what about you? If people want to find more of you, where can they find you at?
They could find me on every form of social media under K Meeks Film, except for Letterboxd, where it's just K Meeks, I believe. And my podcast, Looks Like a Movie podcast, is on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And
Hal, what about you? If people want to find more of you, where can they find you at?
You can find me on LinkedIn. No, I'm kidding. You can find me. It's Halgorithm on Letterboxd and the Halgorithm on TikTok.
And a big thank you to Ben and Sophie for creating this podcast with me and managing to show up, I don't know, 10% of the time. It's good work as a team here, as a tribunal, as a holy trinity. Be sure to listen and subscribe to the Movie Draft Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. We're also now on YouTube with video. We are also now on Letterboxd as well. So if you want to go back and look at the lists of drafted movies, and if you want to start checking off those watched percentages, good opportunity to go back and log or mark watched anything you've seen prior and see where you're at on all of these drafts. We do a list for every single draft with details of draftees, the draft order, draft picks, the winners, links to the episodes, the whole shebang. It's right there. And new episodes of the Movie Draft Podcast will be released weekly on Tuesdays. We'll see you then.